At this point, we tipping Visa. They charging us for breathing through the drive-thru. This ain't inflation. This extortion with condiments. We used to complain about gas prices. Now you swipe for a burger and the receipt comes with a card note attached. Welcome to 2025, the broke economy buffet.
Our fast food restaurants are charging us a service charge. Right here it says service charge. When my wife told me she got a service charge at the
Chipotle got the service fee now. What service? Watching me make my own burrito, charging for the eye contact now. 13 on a 300 order for employee salaries. So now I'm paying for lunch and payroll. These restaurants turn your meal into a GoFundMe.
I was like, what's a service charge? We're just paying for the employees' salaries now. So a service fee is for the staff so they can get a fair. California fast food workers are now making $20. So here in New York, I guess they're doing the service fee.
California paying $20 an hour. New York adding service fees. And who's really eating good? Because ain't no customer, you paying for food, the worker, and the lights that dim while you cry at the bill. This ain't the cost of living. It's the cost of existing.
So I'm guessing now we got to pay for all our food.
All right, Vegas, here we go again. These hidden fees, I'm telling you. So if you haven't seen my last video, check it out. But this is proof right here. I literally got receipts. So this tourist right here comes to Vegas, goes to Hell's Kitchen, has a summer sampler right up there for $80. He gets his tax, 6 something, a tip already charged to him for almost $15, and then his total. And then they have the audacity to put down here, gratuity not included. Here's your options for
Vegas got more hidden fees than a dating app. You already tipped 15, but the receipt says gratuity not included. Bro, how many levels is that? It's like DLC for dinner. They call it hospitality, yeah, because the bill gonna hospitalize you.
Okay, so I'm at a Mexican restaurant having some lunch, and the receipt comes out, and they say it's a service fee for serving the customer. Now this right here gonna take the cake.
Okay, so I'm down now, and the receipt says service fee for serving the customer. What's a service fee for serving the customer? What is that?
A service fee for serving the customer. That's literally your job description. What's next? A standing upright fee? A smile tax? Bro, if I gotta pay for being served, I want a resume from the waiter.
Okay, have you guys seen this? And if you have, what are your thoughts? It says many restaurants are adding an 18% living wage fee on top of the meal cost to cover staff payroll expenses. Now this, I'm not sure where they're doing this, who's doing this, has this started happening yet? My question is this supposed to be instead of tips, or are you still supposed to tip on top of this? So this little section here, it says living wage fee of 18% added to each dine-in check. This fee goes directly to living staff payroll and provides a living wage to our team. If you choose to tip, tips are pooled amongst the entire team. Thank you. So it's a weird concept to me, because now you're basically using the 18%, what would be tip or gratuity, whatever you want to call it. Now you're paying your entire staff with it. Is this going to change their hourly wage? Because a lot of servers in certain states only get $2.13 an hour. So is this going to be now like everybody who works at the restaurant only gets $2 an hour? And then you're relying on the 18% fee to pay everybody? Like, how is this going to work? And then it also says if you choose to tip, it's going to split between the entire team, which to me doesn't make sense, because if I'm tipping my server. That person did a really good job serving me, interacting with me, helping me out. They earned that tip. What are your thoughts? What's happening here? Is 100% of that going to the staff? Or like, I have so many questions.
So now we're paying rent for restaurant staff, living wage free. No, that's landlord logic. You sell food, not payroll insurance. And they say tips go a whole way for the whole team. Man, that's the same energy as group projects. One person works, everyone eats. Not today.
Let's get into all these fees we paid at this restaurant. And before we all start, no, we not broke. I just want to talk about these fees. All right, we got a $44.
It is so sad that she has to preface this entire thing with that statement.
All right, we got a $44 service charge, $11.75 state tax, $441 city tax, $881 county tax, and then if you don't pay with cash, you have to pay basically $11 more.
That's not a receipt. That's a W-2 form. They tax about county, city, and mood swings. If you pay cash, it's $11 cheaper, but if you use the card, they charge you extra for being responsible. We're not broke, we're just tired of being billed for existing.
Hi guys, I am here to report another unexpected charge from a bill. This time it was our restaurant bill had a 4% charge for health insurance or staff wellness. And I've been seeing this on the receipts of restaurants all over San Diego. They're allowed to put it on there, but you can't be forced to pay it. If you ask them to take it off, they have to remove it.
Good.
Also seen some places put a $2 water donation fee if you drink water. There's a new California law, SB 478, that's supposed to go into effect July 1st. That's supposed to block these junk fees. Basically saying they're not allowed to advertise a lower fee and then tack off junk fees that you didn't know or expect, except for government taxes and government fees. So to me, that sounds like they're going to have to embed it into the price of food, and they won't be able to put these health care wellness 4% surcharges on our bills anymore. But have you seen that in other states besides California?
A health insurance fee, that's not my job, that's management. And the water donation fee, sir, I didn't donate, I hydrated. You charging me for my thirst now? The audacity comes in liquid form.
Stop by any McDonald's in the city of Los Angeles, and after being asked, do you want fries with that? You might also be asked, do you want a bag with that?
Well, I'm in the drive-thru, see the sign. There's a mandatory charge of 10 cents per bag.
Dr. KT Shakur experienced this at an LA McDonald's earlier this month. McDonald's was suddenly charging 10 cents per bag.
10 cents for a McDonald's bag? What's next? A sniff tax for opening up the fries early? They said it's for the environment. Yeah, my bank account ecosystem dying first.
Take a look at this receipt I got yesterday. So $5.66 plus 0 for service charge plus 34 cents equals 6. And my total is somehow $7.20. There's no gratuity or whatever. So I got 2 fountain drinks. The girl owes your total $6. I hand her my credit card. She walks off to the side to swipe it, and I can see the screen and it says $7.20. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, that seems like a lot for like tax or something. And she goes, do you want a receipt? I said, yeah. So I grab my receipt and then I go to the bathroom. I add that up to make sure it does equal 6. And then I'm not just stupid, which it does. And then I also realized that $1.20, which is what I was overcharged, is 20%. So then I go back. I ask her, was there a tip added to this? And she said, no, there's a 20% service fee on credit cards. So then I'm like, oh, like that would have been nice to know before I handed you my credit card, because I would have rather just paid in cash and saved my $1.20 for a credit card fee, but like question mark. And she goes, okay, this is what gets me. Okay, do you want me to refund the tip? And I'm like, you just told me it wasn't a tip. Anyway, so I say, yeah. She gets her little cash drawer and ends up giving me $2 because she didn't have change, but that just tells me she's guilty, because why would you give me 80 extra cents if you're not wrong? So either I think she accidentally hit the 20% tip button or tried to pull a fast one on me, because it was one of the little machines that like spins around, but she like had to go off to the side, so I wasn't over there to like do anything. And I also didn't get a receipt to sign anything until I asked for it. So this makes me hate tipping, which I already hate tipping.
This lady got charged $1.20 on a $6 order, and that worker gave her $2 back just because she didn't have change. That's not customer service. That's hush money. A 20% card fee don't exist. I've run a business. Merch fees max 4%. If you're charging 20%, you're not a cashier. You're a loan shark.
There's a French restaurant that's going to charge you $17 if your friends are a bunch of flakes. So basically, if you make a reservation for 8 and show up with 6, you're going to get charged. The owner of the restaurant says people ghost way too much and they should be held responsible. People are divided over this. You know, some say it's just business, and other people are like, well, emergencies come up. Me personally, I'm fine with it as long as the restaurant's up front.
A $17 no-show fee. So now friendships got late fees too. Imagine your boy canceling dinner and you get a ghost invoice. Restaurants really said you bring your friends or you bring your wallet.
Here in the US, you've probably seen this on a restaurant menu. 15% fair wage fee is added to all food and beverages so that we can assure a more equitable wage to all employees, including our food runners, servers, dishwashers, line cooks. Any additional tips are given directly to our service team. When I first saw this, I thought, okay, why not just raise the prices by 15% and pay your staff fairly, rather than having this "look how great we are" disclaimer on the menu. It seems bogus that they're trying to make the customer do this math, but if they're just raising prices by 15%, could put them out of business because they're no longer competitive.
Yeah.
They brag about it on the menu. We care about our employees. Nah, you care about not paying them yourself. Raise the prices, stop guilt tripping. I came for dinner, not to do a HR accounting.
Please start paying attention to your restaurant receipts. There is an employee benefits fee on my receipt. That's not my responsibility. Pay attention.
Arciolo, a restaurant owner who lives in Central Florida, says 5 families, including his own, visited the restaurant on vacation with 11 children, all under the age of 8. After finishing their meal, Carciolo says someone from the restaurant made a surprise visit to their table, saying the group should pay a parent surcharge.
This thing says, adult surcharge, adults unable to parent. Share charge $3, be respectful for staff. Like, it's literally on their menu that they will charge this. No words, unable to parent. Carciolo says he thought it was a joke. The owner tells me he's had this parent surcharge on the menu since the pandemic, but he's never had to enforce it on any of his customers. He wants to emphasize that the charge is not for kids, but for adults who don't know how to parent. The restaurant says they never charged Carciolo and the others the fee, but they told us the group had to be, quote, really bad for them to bring it up at all.
$3 surcharge for bad parenting. Honestly, that one I respect. Some of y'all kids be wildin', and if your toddler throwing fries like grenades, that's hazardous pay for the waiter.
I want y'all to look at this and tell me what you think. This dude went out to a restaurant. The bill was $704, right? The restaurant added a service charge of $108. I don't know what a service charge is. I don't know what that is. At first, I was thinking that it was something like a tip, you know, to tip the server. But then this dude asked, is a $5 tip disrespectful or totally fair? You're not about to charge me $108 service fee and still get a tip. You're not getting a tip. What is a service charge? I'm sure there's somebody watching this who is either currently working or has worked in the food industry, in the restaurant industry. What's a service charge and how is it different from getting a tip? And why on the Lord's green earth is it $108? I'm sorry, but if I go out to eat and my bill is already $704, and then on top of that, you add $108 service charge, not only are you not getting a tip, but I'm stealing some silverware. I'm stealing some plates. I'm stealing something. I want y'all to look at this and tell me what you think.
Y'all, I went to a restaurant and got me some wings, 20-piece wings, y'all, and I went and picked it up. I should have did Uber Eats, but you know, I did it. I went and picked it up. But I noticed that there was a fee on it. Now, I know people want tips and everything, but I didn't sit down and eat. I just went and picked it up. And there was an extra fee. So I tell you, these restaurants are getting creative with these extra fees. I don't know what the fees were for, but the receipt said $5.04 extra for a room fee. What is a room fee? Just say you want a tip. Put on there gratuity, you want extra money, tip, whatever. But what is a room fee?
All right, let's see it. So this is backwards, so I'm going to use the magic of editing to flip it back the right way so that we can actually read it. But I have to read it backwards right now. Let me show you my skills. So it looks like she paid $27.99 for 20 wings. Subtotal $27.99. Room fee of 18%. That sounds like a gratuity fee to me. like she was a part of a big group. You know how sometimes places will do, like, if you're in a group of 8 or more, there's an automatic 18% gratuity. That's what that looks like to me. Plus tax for a total of $34.99. And she said that she had to pay, I wouldn't.
$108 service charge. Nah, I'm taking somebody home. Forks, napkins, maybe the lamp. You just charged me for an ambulance. A room fee for a takeout is wild. What room she used, the parking lot and the trunk. At this point, it's not dining out, it's financial endurance training. Like, comment, subscribe before YouTube adds a viewer's free. Let's get to it. And if you like chaotic videos, go down into the description and click on the playlist. I'll see you on the next chaotic video.